Imagine waking up every morning knowing that today is a new opportunity, an opportunity to rise above average and step into fortune. The truth is, success isn't reserved for a select few. It's not luck, and it's not just about talent. It's about the choices you make every single day, the habits you build, the mindset you cultivate, and the actions you take consistently. Today, we're talking about the 5 steps to go from average to fortune. 5 steps that, if followed with discipline and determination, will take you from where you are to where you dream of being. Step 1, master your mindset. Your mind is your greatest asset or your most formidable adversary. This truth has shaped the destiny of men and women throughout history. It isn't mere intelligence or relentless hard work alone that distinguishes the extraordinary from the average. It's primarily the power of their mindset. When Henry Ford set out to develop the revolutionary V8 engine, he encountered immediate resistance from his own engineering team. They insisted that designing such an engine was an impossible task, a feat that couldn't be accomplished with the materials and methods of the time. Instead of backing down or lowering his ambitions, Ford stood firm. He instructed his engineers to find a way, regardless of how many attempts it took. No matter how often they came back with "it can't be done," Ford refused to accept their doubts. He believed wholeheartedly in the potential for success and demanded persistence from everyone involved. Over time, that persistence paid off. The engineers, pushed by Ford's insistence and inspired by his unwavering confidence, eventually discovered a workable solution. The result was the famous Ford V8 engine, a true innovation that changed the automotive industry. This story underscores the power of mental discipline and focus. Ford's ability to maintain faith in his vision, even in the face of repeated skepticism, demonstrates how mastering one's mindset can transform the seemingly impossible into groundbreaking achievements that reshape entire industries. Consider 2 individuals with similar talents, backgrounds, and opportunities. One achieves immense success, transforming every challenge into a stepping stone. The other remains mired in mediocrity, shackled by doubts and limitations. What makes the difference? It's their mindset, the internal compass guiding every decision and reaction. Most individuals drift through life, constantly reacting to external events. They let circumstances dictate their emotions, their energy, and ultimately their actions. They become passive spectators rather than active creators of their destinies. On the other hand, individuals who rise above average take deliberate control of their mental environment. They consciously shape their thoughts, condition their beliefs, and harness their emotions to serve their aspirations. Your mind is like a fertile garden. Imagine for a moment that your thoughts are seeds. If you plant negativity, fear, and doubt, your mental garden becomes overgrown with weeds, useless and harmful clutter that chokes out opportunities and potential. But if you plant seeds of confidence, discipline, and self-belief, you nurture a thriving forest of opportunity, strength, and resilience. The choice of seeds you plant every day is entirely up to you. But how do you actively choose these seeds? First, recognize that the mind is malleable, shaped and reshaped continually by your dominant thoughts. You are, in essence, the gardener of your own mental landscape. Daily habits of thought, however small, compound over time to create profound outcomes. Every thought either builds or destroys your mental fortitude. Let's examine the destructive power of negative thoughts first. Doubt and fear are silent killers of ambition. When you consistently feed your mind doubt, "I can't," "I'm not enough," or "it's impossible," you create invisible barriers around yourself. These barriers become stronger with repetition, making even simple tasks appear insurmountable. Such individuals rarely realize their true potential because they've convinced themselves of failure before they even begin. Contrast this with a mindset oriented toward growth and possibility. When your mind habitually thinks, "How can I accomplish this?" or "There is a solution to every problem," you immediately open doors that others fail even to notice. Such a mindset sees setbacks not as failures, but as lessons, valuable feedback that guides you closer to success. These people don't retreat when faced with adversity. Instead, they advance confidently, equipped with resilience and resourcefulness. Every fortune ever created started in the quiet recesses of someone's mind. Every great success originated from a powerful mental image, a determined belief, and an unwavering commitment to that vision. These are not mere accidents or strokes of luck. They are deliberate outcomes of disciplined thought processes and unwavering faith in one's capabilities. What separated them was not their immediate resources or intelligence alone, but their exceptional ability to control their thoughts and cultivate powerful mental habits. They trained themselves to perceive opportunities where others saw only insurmountable challenges. They conditioned their minds to remain steadfast in their beliefs when the world doubted or dismissed their ideas. These exceptional individuals understood that the greatest battles are fought and won within their minds before manifesting in the external world. To embark upon the path from average to fortune, you must first master your mindset. Begin by consciously eliminating self-doubt and negative self-talk. Each time you catch yourself saying, "I can't," immediately reframe it into, "How can I?" Shift your perspective from limitations to possibilities. The question, "How can I?" activates your creative thinking and engages your subconscious mind in seeking solutions rather than dwelling on limitations. Remember, the mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions. Each positive thought stretches your mental boundaries, expanding your capacity for success. Gradually, you build a robust framework of belief, discipline, and confidence that supports every subsequent endeavor. Daily practice is critical. Just as muscles require consistent exercise, your mind demands regular nurturing and conditioning. Feed it with books, ideas, and interactions that inspire and uplift you. Surround yourself with individuals who embody the positive traits you wish to develop. Guard your mind vigilantly against negativity and criticism, for these are the weeds that quickly suffocate ambition. The power of visualization is another potent tool in mastering your mindset. Frequently envision your goals clearly and vividly, experiencing emotionally the success you desire. The subconscious mind, driven primarily by emotions, cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and actual events. Therefore, consistent visualization programs your mind to accept success as inevitable, compelling you to take actions aligned with this reality. Moreover, affirmations reinforce this mental conditioning. Regularly affirm statements like, "I am capable, I am resilient, I create solutions, and success flows effortlessly to me." At first, such affirmations may feel unnatural or even insincere, yet repetition embeds these beliefs deeply into your subconscious, gradually reshaping your self-assurance and influencing your actions to align naturally with these beliefs. Mastering your mindset also means embracing challenges as essential growth opportunities. A positive mindset doesn't ignore hardships, it actively seeks them, knowing that true growth occurs under pressure. Adopt the attitude that every difficulty carries within it the seed of equivalent or greater benefit. This belief shifts your focus from problems to potential, transforming setbacks into stepping stones. Finally, cultivate gratitude. Gratitude acts like sunlight and rain in the garden of your mind, nurturing every positive thought you plant. Regularly acknowledging your blessings, big and small, fosters an abundance mindset, encouraging your subconscious to attract more of what you appreciate. Ultimately, your mindset determines your trajectory from average to extraordinary. It is the single most critical factor that dictates your success or failure. The good news? You have complete control over this powerful force. Every thought is a choice. Every belief, an opportunity, and every mindset a bridge toward your desired fortune. Today, decide to master your mindset consciously. Choose positivity, growth, and discipline. Plant these seeds diligently and consistently, nurturing them every day. Before long, you'll find yourself standing in a flourishing forest of opportunity, wealth, and fulfillment. A testament to the incredible power of your mind. Step 2, set goals that scare you. People who stay average set small goals. They aim for comfort, they settle, they choose predictability over growth. They avoid discomfort, risk, and uncertainty. But those who build fortunes, those who carve their names in history, they set goals that make them uncomfortable, goals that stretch them, goals that force them to become more than they were yesterday. A goal should excite you, but it should also terrify you. If your goals don't make you nervous, you're not aiming high enough. If your ambition doesn't make your hands sweat and your heart race, you're playing too small. The greatest achievements in history were made by people who dared to dream beyond their perceived limits. The difference between the average and the extraordinary is not in the size of the dream, It's in the commitment to it. Everyone dreams of success. Few commit to it. And commitment means more than just hoping for the best or working when you feel like it. Commitment means putting deadlines on your dreams. It means breaking that massive goal into small, non-negotiable daily actions. Because a dream without a plan is just a wish, and a goal without action is just a fantasy. Let's say you want to make $1 million. That's a big, intimidating number. It seems impossible when you look at it as a whole, but what if you break it down? How much do you need to make this year, this month, this week, today? When you divide a huge goal into daily actions, it suddenly becomes more manageable. The mountain doesn't seem so high when you focus on the next step instead of the peak. You see, big goals are overwhelming until you break them into small daily disciplines. That's how success is built, brick by brick, day by day. No one wakes up one day and finds themselves at the top of the mountain. They climbed, they sweated, they fell and got back up. They kept moving. Success is not a single moment of triumph. It is a series of relentless actions taken over time. But here's where most people fail. They rely on motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It's there in the morning, gone by the afternoon. It's easy to be excited about a goal in the beginning, but real success comes from discipline, from doing what you said you would do long after the excitement has faded, from showing up even when you don't feel like it. That's what separates those who succeed from those who simply dream. Think of it this way. If you were given a choice between two ladders, one with small, manageable steps and another with giant, widely spaced rungs, which one would you choose? The small steps might seem slow, but they are consistent, they are reliable, they get you to the top. The giant leaps, they are impressive but unsustainable. That's why small daily actions are the key. They may seem insignificant, but compounded over time, they create unstoppable momentum. Take any great athlete, entrepreneur, or artist. What do they all have in common? Systems. They don't rely on willpower. They don't leave success to chance. They build habits, routines, and structures that ensure progress. A writer doesn't just sit around waiting for inspiration. They write every day. A bodybuilder doesn't wait until they feel like lifting. They train regardless of how they feel. A millionaire doesn't wait for the perfect opportunity. They create opportunities through consistent action. So set a goal that excites you and terrifies you at the same time. Then create a system to attack it every single day. Because the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your ability to take relentless, focused action. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. Your success is your responsibility. But let's take it even deeper. Let's talk about the fear that comes with big goals. Because here's the truth. Fear is inevitable. If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. But fear is not the enemy. Fear is a sign that you're pushing beyond your comfort zone. It means you're stepping into uncharted territory, and that's exactly where growth happens. Most people see fear as a stop sign. High achievers see it as a green light. They use it as fuel. They understand that fear and excitement are two sides of the same coin. The adrenaline that comes from fear is the same energy that can drive you to take action. So instead of running from fear, lean into it, let it guide you, let it challenge you, and then there's failure. Another reason people settle for average is that they are afraid to fail. They see failure as the end. But successful people, they see failure as feedback. Every failure is a lesson. Every mistake is a stepping stone. Every setback is an opportunity to refine their strategy. The only true failure is quitting. Look at Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before he succeeded in creating the light bulb. The lesson, the road to success is paved with failure. The key is to fail fast, learn quickly, and keep going. If you avoid failure, you avoid success. Because success is just failure refined. So here's your challenge. Take one goal, one big goal that excites and terrifies you. Now break it down. What do you need to do this year, this month, this week, today? And once you have that plan, commit to it. Not just for a day or a week, but for as long as it takes. Because success is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about consistency. It's about resilience. It's about refusing to settle. The world doesn't reward those who play it safe. It rewards those who dare to push beyond their limits. Those who are willing to be uncomfortable. Those who are willing to put in the work when no one is watching. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the most talented. but you do have to be the most committed. Set the goal, face the fear, build the system, take action, and watch how your life transforms. Step 3, develop relentless self-discipline. Here's the harsh truth. Most people know exactly what they need to do to achieve their goals, but they don't do it. They let their emotions dictate their actions. I don't feel like working out today. I don't feel like working on my business. I don't feel like waking up early. These are the silent killers of progress, the whispers of comfort that lead to mediocrity. But success doesn't operate on feelings. Success doesn't care if you're tired, unmotivated, or uninspired. Success rewards discipline, the relentless, unwavering commitment to do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. The greatest athletes, the wealthiest entrepreneurs, and the most accomplished leaders do not rely on motivation. Motivation is a fleeting emotion, an unreliable force that comes and goes like the wind. One day you wake up feeling energized, ready to conquer the world. The next day you feel sluggish, uninspired, and unmotivated. If you rely on motivation, your success will be inconsistent, and inconsistency is the enemy of greatness. The secret behind extraordinary achievement is discipline, the ability to show up and put in the work every single day, regardless of external circumstances or internal resistance. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate. It is a muscle that grows stronger with use. The first time you push yourself to act when you don't feel like it, it's hard. But every time you override your emotions and follow through on your commitments, you reinforce the habit of discipline. Eventually, discipline becomes a way of life, an unshakable foundation upon which success is built. Repetition is the cornerstone of discipline. Every act of self-discipline reinforces your control over your mind and body. When you consistently push past your feelings and take action, you are rewiring your brain, programming yourself to operate at a higher level. Over time, discipline becomes a habit. Habits shape your character, and your character determines your destiny. In essence, your daily actions, compounded over time, decide the trajectory of your life. But here is the real question. Are you controlling your habits, or are your habits controlling you? Most people live their lives in reaction mode, allowing their habits to dictate their future. They wake up, scroll through their phones, procrastinate, and make excuses, never realizing that their daily routines are leading them down a path of mediocrity. If you do not take control of your habits, they will take control of you. The first step to mastery is self-awareness, understanding the patterns that are shaping your life. Once you become aware, you gain the power to change. To go from average to exceptional, you must master discipline. It is non-negotiable. The difference between success and failure is not talent. It is not intelligence. It is consistency. The world is filled with talented people who never achieve anything significant because they lack discipline. Intelligence without action is useless. Potential without execution is wasted. The only thing that separates those who achieve greatness from those who do not is their ability to consistently take action regardless of how they feel. Discipline means showing up every day whether you feel like it or not. It means setting a standard for yourself and holding yourself accountable to it. It means doing the hard things when no one is watching, when there is no immediate reward, and when the process feels boring or exhausting. There will be days when you don't feel like pushing forward, days when your mind will tell you to take it easy, to relax, to put things off for tomorrow, but tomorrow is a trap. Tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and before you know it, you are looking back at a life filled with regret, wondering what could have been. The only way to break this cycle is through discipline, through an unwavering commitment to your goals, and an unshakable belief that you will follow through no matter what. So how do you build discipline? Start small. Discipline is not about making massive changes overnight. It is about making small, consistent choices every day that lead to significant results over time. Wake up when you say you will. Stick to your commitments. Push yourself to do one more rep at the gym. Work on your goals even when you don't feel like it. These small acts of discipline compound, creating a powerful momentum that will drive you forward. Remove the option to quit. The most successful people in the world do not give themselves the option to fail. They do not negotiate with their emotions. They do not allow their minds to convince them to take the easy path. They commit fully, knowing that their success is a direct reflection of their discipline. Eliminate distractions. Your environment plays a crucial role in your ability to stay disciplined. If you are constantly surrounded by distractions, social media, negative influences, unhealthy habits, you will struggle to maintain focus. Create an environment that supports your goals. Remove temptations. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. Make success your only option. Embrace discomfort. The path to success is filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. The disciplined person understands that growth comes from discomfort. Every time you push past your comfort zone, you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable. Discipline is about embracing the struggle, knowing that the struggle is what shapes you. Take ownership of your life. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. If you want success, you have to take full responsibility for your actions, your choices, and your results. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment does not exist. The only moment that matters is now. In the end, success is simple. It is not easy, but it is simple. Do the work. Stay consistent. Show up every day, no matter how you feel. Success is not about luck, talent, or intelligence. It is about discipline, and discipline is a choice. The choice to take control of your life, the choice to push forward when everything in you wants to quit, the choice to rise above mediocrity and build a life of greatness. So ask yourself, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to embrace discipline, to stay committed, and to show up every single day? If the answer is yes, then success is inevitable, because in the end, discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And the only question that remains is whether you are willing to cross it. Step 4, surround yourself with excellence. You will never rise above the standards of the people you surround yourself with. This is not just a motivational phrase, it is a fundamental truth of human nature. Our environment shapes us in ways we often fail to recognize. The people you spend the most time with influence your thoughts, habits, and ultimately, your destiny. Whether you realize it or not, you are the average of the individuals you associate with the most. Their mindset, their habits, and their ambitions, or lack thereof, will inevitably rub off on you. If you consistently find yourself in the company of 5 broke individuals, odds are you will become the 6th. Not because you lack the capability to break free, but because their way of thinking will seep into your subconscious. You will begin to accept their justifications for failure, their complaints about life, and their belief that success is something reserved for the lucky few. When everyone around you is comfortable with mediocrity, it becomes increasingly difficult to strive for excellence. Their casual approach to life will make your ambition feel like an anomaly, an unnecessary struggle. Over time, your own drive will diminish, replaced by a passive acceptance of the status quo. The same principle applies to any area of life, be it finances, health, relationships, or personal growth. If you surround yourself with individuals who lack ambition, discipline, and a hunger for success, you will struggle to cultivate these qualities in yourself. We are social creatures, and we subconsciously mirror the behaviors of those around us. Spend time with people who procrastinate, make excuses, and refuse to take responsibility for their lives, and you will find yourself adopting these very same behaviors. But the reverse is also true. If you choose to surround yourself with people who are driven, focused, and committed to personal growth, you will be forced to level up. When you are in the presence of individuals who refuse to settle, their energy will challenge you to raise your standards. Their work ethic will push you beyond your limits. Their discipline will make you question your own excuses, and their success will force you to confront the areas where you are falling short. This is not about competition, it is about exposure. When you see firsthand what is possible, it becomes impossible to go back to small thinking. Success is not just about what you know, it is about who you are learning from. Information is abundant. Anyone can read books, listen to motivational speeches, but knowledge alone is not enough. It must be reinforced by the right environment. Being around the right people accelerates your growth in ways that self-study never could. You gain insights that you wouldn't have thought of on your own. You see the work ethic, the mindset, and the decision-making process of high achievers in action. Their habits become a blueprint for your own success. This is why the people you spend time with matter more than you realize. Your social circle is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. It is either pulling you forward or holding you back. So ask yourself, are the people in your life pushing you to become better, or are they encouraging complacency? Do they challenge you to grow, or do they keep you within the limits of your comfort zone? Do they celebrate your ambition, or do they subtly discourage it? These questions are not easy to answer, but they are necessary. If you find that your current circle is not aligned with your aspirations, it is time to make a change. This does not mean you must cut people off harshly or disrespectfully, but it does mean you must be intentional about where you invest your energy. You owe it to yourself to be around individuals who uplift you, who challenge you, and who inspire you to become the best version of yourself. One of the most effective ways to elevate your environment is to find mentors. A mentor is someone who has already achieved what you aspire to achieve. They have walked the path you are trying to navigate, and they can offer guidance that saves you years of trial and error. The right mentor will not only provide valuable knowledge, but will also hold you to a higher standard. They will challenge your limiting beliefs, push you to take action, and demand more from you than you demand from yourself. Seeking mentorship is not a sign of weakness, it is a strategic move. The most successful individuals in any field have mentors. They understand that proximity to greatness accelerates their own growth. If you do not have direct access to mentors, seek out books, engage in environments where excellence is the norm, not the exception. Attend seminars, join mastermind groups, and network with individuals who embody the values and success you seek. The goal is to immerse yourself in a culture of progress. The more you surround yourself with people who think bigger, work harder, and expect more from life, the more these qualities will become second nature to you. Another critical factor to consider is energy. Energy is contagious. Just as negativity can spread like wildfire, so can ambition, enthusiasm, and determination. The people around you influence your emotional and mental state more than you may realize. Have you ever noticed how spending time with highly motivated individuals leaves you feeling energized and inspired? Conversely, have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling drained and uninspired? This is no coincidence. The emotional climate of your social circle dictates your own internal state. Therefore, it is imperative to ensure that you are absorbing the right energy. This principle is why winners associate with other winners. They understand that their mindset, their habits, and their results are a reflection of their environment. They actively seek out relationships that challenge them to be better, that push them beyond their comfort zone, and that elevate their standards. They know that greatness is not achieved in isolation. It is forged in the company of like-minded individuals who refuse to settle. At the end of the day, your success is your responsibility. You have the power to shape your environment, to choose your influences, and to decide who has access to your time and energy. The question is, will you make that choice? Will you take control of your social circle and surround yourself with individuals who propel you forward? Or will you allow yourself to remain in an environment that stifles your growth? The choice is yours. But remember this, if you want to elevate your life, you must elevate your standards. And the fastest way to do that is to elevate the people you surround yourself with. Seek out the ambitious, learn from the disciplined, align yourself with winners. Because when you do, success becomes not just a possibility, but an inevitability. Step 5, take massive action. Most people fail because they get stuck in a cycle of preparation without execution. They read books, they design intricate vision boards that paint a vivid picture of their dream life. But when it comes to taking real, tangible action, when it's time to step into the arena and fight for their ambitions, they hesitate, they wait. They tell themselves they need more information, more time, more certainty. And in this endless loop of waiting, their dreams remain just that, dreams. The most successful people operate differently. They do not wait for permission. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They do not overanalyze or get lost in their thoughts. Instead, they move fast, decisively, boldly. They understand that action, no matter how imperfect, is always superior to inaction. Because in the grand scheme of life, motion creates momentum, and momentum leads to mastery. The harsh reality is this. The perfect time will never come. If you are waiting for the stars to align, for your fears to disappear, for the conditions to be ideal, you will be waiting forever. Life is inherently uncertain. Every great success story begins with someone who took a leap of faith despite feeling unprepared. They jumped before they knew if they would land safely. They stumbled, they failed, they recalibrated, but they never stopped moving forward. That's the key. Failure is not the enemy, inaction is. When you embrace failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock, you become unstoppable. The world rewards those who are willing to take risks, who step outside of their comfort zone even when fear grips them, because courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in the presence of fear. It is understanding that fear will always exist, but allowing it to dictate your choices will keep you stagnant. So, what's holding you back? Is it self-doubt? The fear of looking foolish? The anxiety of making the wrong decision? Understand this. There is no such thing as a perfect decision. Success is built on a series of imperfect actions, each one teaching a lesson, each one moving you closer to mastery. The most successful people in the world did not wait until they felt ready. They started before they were ready. They took messy, imperfect action, and through that action, they refined their craft, honed their skills, and built their success brick by brick. Think about the greats, whether in business, sports, or the arts. They all have one thing in common. They started. They stepped into the unknown with nothing but a burning desire to succeed. They encountered obstacles, but they adjusted. They fell, but they got back up. They faced rejection, but they refused to let it define them. The difference between those who achieve and those who remain stuck is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It is action. Relentless, disciplined, consistent action. The world does not reward those who dream. It rewards those who do. Those who put their ideas into motion, those who execute with precision and persistence. The dreamers sit on the sidelines, watching, wishing, waiting. The doers are on the field, playing the game, making mistakes, but also making progress. And in the end, it is the doers who win. So decide right now what is one action you can take today, immediately, that will move you closer to your goals. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Whether it's making that phone call, sending that email, writing that first page, hitting the gym, or launching that project, do it now. Stop overthinking, stop doubting, stop waiting, because every moment you wait is a moment you lose. Success is not about ideas alone, it is about execution. Ideas without action are worthless. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is execution. It is in the willingness to do the hard work, to persist when things get tough, to push forward when the odds seem stacked against you. Your time is now. Not when you feel ready, not when you have everything figured out. Now. Because the truth is, readiness is a myth. You become ready through action. Confidence is not something you wait for, it is something you earn through doing. The more you act, the more competent you become. The more competent you become, the more confident you feel. And with confidence, success becomes inevitable. So take that first step, no matter how small, no matter how uncertain. Just move. Start before you are ready and let the momentum carry you forward. Because in the end, the people who win are not the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are the ones who took action. And you have that power within you right now. These 5 steps are your blueprint to transformation. Master your mindset. Set goals that stretch you. Develop relentless self-discipline. Surround yourself with excellence and take massive, unstoppable action. Average is easy. Fortune is earned, and it's earned through daily choices. So the question is, what choice will you make today? Because your future is not written by chance. It's written by you. Go, take action, and build the life you deserve.